Have you ever wondered about Hailey Bieber's beauty and skincare secrets and her Rhode Skincare line? Welcome back to my channel. I'm Dr. Yvonne Burkart. I'm a board-certified toxicologist and mom of two on a mission to help you reduce your toxic burden while still getting results from the products you're using for your entire family. If you're interested in low-tox tips, tricks, and hacks, subscribe to my channel and hit the bell to be notified whenever I post a new video every single week. Today, we are taking a look at Hailey Bieber's beauty secrets video that was posted on the Vogue YouTube channel. I'll comment on the products that she's using in the video with a specific focus on the ingredients, more specifically on the safety aspect. I'll also point out any potential red flags for ingredients that you may want to avoid. We're not here to bash Hailey, these brands, or the products that anyone chooses to buy. This is purely for educational purposes, so do your own research to find the best option that works for you.
Hey Vogue, it's Hailey Bieber and I am back again doing beauty secrets. I'm gonna walk you guys through my everyday makeup routine and I'm gonna also do my date night glowy going out makeup look. I'm gonna start with this Environ moisturizing toner. I love any toner that is great for hydration, helps to.
So the Environ toner that she's using, in my opinion, has a lot of ingredients in there. I prefer to use something more simple, such as rose water, plain and simple rose water. The perfect one that I have found for me is the Cocoa Kind USDA certified organic rose water toner. It is literally just rose water with a little bit of preservative to keep it fresh. And I love it. It's in a glass bottle. You can get it at Target, Amazon. You can get it online. I love it. 10 out of 10.
Give you that glow. Next, I'm going to go in with the Rhode Peptide Glazing Fluid.
This is her Rhode Peptide Glazing Fluid. And I checked on the ingredients and I've got a few comments to make. So for starters, she's using a product that contains synthetic thickeners. These are petroleum derivatives that are processed and synthesized using carcinogens, which create carcinogenic contaminants and byproducts that don't always get purified or removed from the ingredients. And so they end up in the products. This is a problem mainly because nobody knows the long-term health risks or consequences of using skincare products or other products that contain this contaminant 1,4-dioxane. It can be found in so many products like shampoo, soap, body wash, laundry detergent, anything that has the word or the ending of the ingredient name ETH will have been ethoxylated, therefore resulting in 1,4-dioxane contamination. The problem is, again, nobody knows the long-term health consequences, so IARC is classifying it as a possible human carcinogen, something you might want to consider if you want to continuously use products that have this ingredient, or excuse me, this contaminant in it.
It always is the skincare prep. I think it really helps with the way your makeup turns out and the way your makeup sits on the skin. Barrier Restore Cream, this specifically we call our peptide powerhouse. I love peptides because...
Similar issues with her Barrier Restore Cream. Again, lots of petroleum derivatives in there, thickeners, things that you can actually circumvent if you just use products instead with more minimally processed, wholesome ingredients. A thickener, for example, that I can think of is xanthan gum. It's actually a food ingredient, so much healthier and better for the environment.
They are great for anti-aging, but also great for hydration, moisturizing the skin, leaving it plump and dewy and glowy. I feel like makeup just sits so beautifully on top of.
I've actually found a really decent, low-tox, organic peptide serum, which I'll link below. It's made by Earth Harbor. It doesn't have any of these synthetic thickeners or carbomer ingredients in there. I love it.
These products, I'm going to go back with the peptide glazing fluid, just do one pump. I'm going to tap it under my eyes. I'm going to go on top of that with...
She's using the same product. This is the second time she's using it. So remember, the more often you use a product or apply a product to your skin, the more chances it has to actually penetrate the skin and reach the bloodstream. So let's keep watching.
The Dew Forever Eye Mask, they're reusable.
So what she's doing here is using these silicone sheets that you basically use as an occlusive, meaning that you're covering it up and helping to prevent the product from evaporating, even pushing it down further into the skin, enhancing the penetration. What this does is essentially increase the risk for toxic absorption if you're using a product under the patch that has toxic concerns. That's why I highly recommend using something that is more organic, more low tox, especially if you're going to do something like this, which is applying an occlusive layer on top. I actually love the Herbivore Nova Eye Cream, and I would probably use it like this. I've actually seen these patches before at Target, and I thought about getting them, but I don't know. I'll try it out maybe.
I just love the routine of skincare. I always have. I love the ritual, the commitment to skincare, self-care. It's like at home in a bath with a mask on, doing all my skincare steps. I've always been really strict about skincare, even since I was young, but it's definitely progressed and evolved a lot more as I've gotten older, as my skin has changed.
Let's talk about what she just said there. She basically said that she uses skincare as a ritual for wellness, right? If you're looking to increase your health and wellness and well-being, using products that contain ingredients with toxic concerns is actually negating some of the benefits. So if you want to reap more benefits from your routine, again, organic, low-tox skincare is the way to go. And also, especially if you have young women or young people in your life who are interested in getting into skincare, teach them early on how to avoid the pitfalls of these petroleum derivatives, highly processed synthetics, and you can really save them a lot of pain.
Now I'm going to start my glam, my makeup. I love glowy foundation. I love something that feels like it's just enhancing the skin. I love the Chanel Vitalumiere. Don't come for me for butchering that. Because I really love that natural skin, I like to take 1 pump of the Peptide glazing fluid and just mix it.
That's the 3rd time she's using the same product. Just a note, the more frequently you're using a product, you're layering it on over and over again, you're really getting a much higher exposure level than if you're just to use it once.
I'm applying it with my hands. I learned from Pat McGrath. That was the way that I watched her apply foundation backstage at shows. And I know a lot of people are weird about using their hands for makeup, but I just feel like I don't get as nice of a
quick note on this Chanel foundation. I looked at the ingredients and it contains several glycols, which I recommend avoiding. Again, synthetic petroleum derivatives. These are not sustainable. They have higher risks than plant-derived ingredients when it comes to the functionality. The foundation also includes fragrances, which, by the way, can be a huge number of chemicals under the umbrella term of fragrance or parfum. There's really no telling what's in it. And unfortunately, there are some pretty risky ingredients in there like phthalates. And I would avoid fragrances in my skincare because it just doesn't, there's no reason for it. There's no need for it other than to potentially mask the off smell of chemicals in a product. That's one reason. Or because some people just really like fragrance, but again, it's unnecessary. It doesn't provide any functional benefits and the risks are there.
Natural finish when I don't do it this way. So I brought it down into my neck too. I go a little bit darker with my face foundation because my face is always more pale than my body and I want to try to warm it up and match it. I want a little bit more coverage sometimes. This is the Kosas concealer. I just love that it's like creamy and hydrating and leaves just this dewy finish on the skin.
This Kosas product, the concealer, is actually one of the cleanest products so far that she's used. And it's one of the cleaner brands at Sephora. So it does live up to the hype, I guess you could say, of the clean label, which in and of itself is tricky. But if you check on the ingredients, the amount of synthetics that are derived from petroleum are significantly less than other brands at Sephora. So if I were to choose a concealer, I would probably go with the Kosas one. That is if I was shopping at Sephora, but I actually prefer to shop online, and more products online are actually low tox as compared to in stores. In stores, the products still aren't there. We're getting there. There's more, but it's still not there yet. So I prefer to shop online. I like the 100% pure concealer. I'll drop it in the description.
I find a lot of inspiration on Pinterest. I come across really cool makeup ideas and makeup photos. Anytime I get inspired by something, I always twist it and make it my own. When I'm doing my own makeup, I know what I'm capable of and I know what I'm not. So I feel like for me, it's always leaning on the natural side. There's one more spot that I want to put a little bit of concealer. Where I learned this one, you guessed it, I saw it on TikTok. Placing it there definitely makes a big difference. I feel like it gives you that lifted, a little bit more sculpted look. This is the Tom Ford Shade and Illuminate. I've been using this for years. That's how much I love it. I don't like to do like very harsh cuts with contour. I definitely lean more towards.
I'm actually really shocked at how pricey this palette is by Tom Ford. It's actually $90. And again, the ingredients leave so much to be desired, at least from a safety perspective. Maybe it works like a dream, but if you ask me, it's not worth the risk. And I would also go for 100% pure. They also have a bronzing powder. They have blush sticks. They've got blush powders, much safer options. They're not using talc. They're not using mica as the main ingredient. They're actually using food-based ingredients in their powders, which is a definite plus.
Very like hydrating, creamy product because I do have dry and sensitive skin. The base that I'm using for the eye is REM Beauty. This is Ariana Grande's brand. I love this eye product. It's really pigmented, but also if you want to just do a little bit, it's not overpowering. A little goes a long way. I want to be vocal about supporting women founded.
Actually, with the Ariana Grande product, the ingredients are also some of the worst I've ever seen. And if you ask me, it is so much better to use a product that can be applied in different areas of the face. For example, again, I'm going to name 100% Pure just because I love some of their products, but they make a cheek and lip tint that you can actually use on your cheeks, on your eyelids to provide color, a flush of color, and it's a cream product and you can use it in multiple ways. So this is not only more budget friendly, but it's even better from a toxic exposure perspective because you're just using one product. You're not layering on a bunch of different products with a lot of the same ingredients over and over again. It's one product and it's so much better that way. And I highly recommend using a multi-use product.
In women-led brands. As a new founder myself, I'm so overwhelmed and appreciative of other women supporting my brand and supporting me, so I want to be able to consistently do the same as much as I can. This is the Kylie Cosmetics Stormy palette. She doesn't make it anymore. This is the color Perfect Storm. Because I have hazel eyes, anything that...
Surprisingly, the Kylie Cosmetics palettes that I saw were so much better than I expected them to be. I thought they were going to be some of the worst ingredients out there. Surprisingly, they're not. They're still not ideal. They're still not products that I would recommend using, but the ingredients are so much better because they don't use talc as the main ingredient in their powders. The issue with talc is the risk of asbestos contamination, which is a carcinogen. And if you didn't know, there are actually 38,000 or more lawsuits against Johnson & Johnson for the issue of talc and the risk of ovarian cancer. So something definitely to keep in mind. And I would not use any of these palettes personally. Again, 100% Pure has some great palettes and they use food-based powders as the main ingredient.
That's in the more like browns and taupees and like even purple. I feel like they kind of enhance the teeny little glimmer of green I have in my eyes. I always love a little razzle dazzle, a little sparkle, especially if it's like date night, more of an occasion. Rowan Beauty eyeshadow palette in Mood Forever. This one right here. If I was getting ready and wasn't here talking to you.
Again, similar issues with the Rowan palette. Don't really have much to say in addition to I wouldn't use those products personally, and there are some risks associated with some of the ingredients. So again, keep an eye out for that, especially if you see a product with mica as the main first ingredient. The risk is that it can be processed with PFAS to create the final mica that goes into your product. So your products can be contaminated with PFAS, which is not something that you want in your makeup.
You guys, I would definitely be listening to some music. If I was going out for a night, I would probably be listening to like a lot of Megan Thee Stallion. If I was just kind of getting ready chill on my own for a more relaxed night, I love Tame Impala. They're my favorite band, so I would definitely be listening to some Tame Impala. I'm going to go with the Perfect Storm eyeshadow and just go back over it right in my crease. Stormy really, really did something with this palette. She killed it. I'm gonna have to go back to LA and have a meeting with Stormy about reproducing this product. This is the Anastasia Clear Eyebrow Gel.
All right, I was a diehard for Anastasia Beverly Hills eyebrow products. I was crazy about the Dip Brow Pomade and the Clear Brow Gel. That brow gel is like the ultimate when it comes to the laminated eyebrow look, which wasn't super trendy when I was using it, but I kind of have unruly eyebrows. So I just liked having that gel to hold it into place. And when I look back at the ingredients now, I'm actually a little bit horrified because both of those contain parabens. And in case you didn't know, parabens can activate breast cancer genes through makeup and cosmetics. So if you want to know more about that, check out the video that I'm going to put somewhere up here. And yeah, let me know in the comments if you have ever noticed some of these toxic ingredients like parabens in your products, or if you've ever researched ingredients in your products and were surprised by what you found.
I've definitely gone on a brow journey. Like I was looking back at some pictures of myself when I was younger and I was like, why did I do that to my brows? They were like so thin on the end. It was tragic, obviously.
There are so many low tox eyebrow products out there. One of my favorite brands is Plume. I love their brow pomade. It is amazing. They also make a brow pencil that's actually refillable. So you don't have to throw away the plastic tube or whatever pencil material and you can just refill it, which is super awesome. And yes, highly recommend that brand. Those products have actually helped my eyebrows to become a little bit more fluffier, which is what I'm going for because I don't really have a lot of eyebrows left.
I get them done very minimally, very subtly, like just clean up the hairs underneath and get them trimmed a little bit so they're not like too long. My husband actually has like 10 times longer lashes than I do, and I'm potentially a little bit jealous about it. And also like all his siblings have these like gorgeous, long, insane lashes. And I'm just like, those genetics are interesting. The mascara I'm going to use is the MAC Extended Play Giga Black Lash. Recently I have
MAC was another brand that I also used to go crazy for, and I'm pretty sure the ladies at the MAC counter knew my name because I was there without fail for every product launch, every special collection, every holiday collection. I was a collector of MAC. I used to do the back to MAC, turning in empties. Oh my gosh, like, yes, I used MAC a lot. And actually I look at the ingredients now, and this is not a product that I would even use if it was given to me for free and if I was paid to use it. That's how bad these ingredients are. Of course, we've got a low tox dupe for that. My favorites are Lily Lolo and Plume Mascara. So I'll drop those in the description below as well for you to check those out.
I haven't been liking putting mascara on the bottom, only on the top, just because I feel like it's more fresh looking. I don't know why I'm making my life complicated. I'm literally crossing my arms and trying to do this. Guys, you don't know what it's like living in this brain. I've talked about this Makeup Forever palette before. I really love it. I'm going to use this color right here. I honestly find myself being so impressed just with how many amazing creators there are on TikTok.
Similar comments about this palette. Again, they even have some vinyl-like ingredients in there, which is essentially like plastic, and of course fragrance. So I wouldn't be using that one.
TikTok and on Instagram, and just find myself being so captured by the way people can do their own makeup. And that's how I've learned about a lot of really amazing products and seen so many amazing looks. I look back and I reference so much of the 90s and so many supermodels from the 90s and actresses from the 90s, because I feel like they're just emitting this vibe and this energy of just like radiance. Chrissy Turlington and Kate Moss, and I just find myself constantly saving, you know, photos of them from that time and their red carpet looks and their hair, and they're just like laid back, more subtle. This is the Dior Backstage Rosy Glow Powder Blush. This one is like super beautiful and gives this like baby pink glow.
So she's actually layering on 2 different products as a blush, which in my opinion seems a little bit excessive and unnecessary. And to make it worse, the Dior is made with talc. So again, red flag, avoid. I wouldn't use that one.
Yesterday, I was looking back on old red carpet looks that I've done, and my God, there were some things that were huge regrets of mine. Everybody is on a journey with their skin and their beauty, and my beauty philosophy has developed so much. Even in the past 2 years, it's evolved. I've realized that for me, more subtle is better and less is kind of more.
I love what she said there. Subtle is better, less is more. Couldn't agree more with that statement, because so many products have this huge, long, mile-long list of ingredients, which sometimes seems a little bit excessive. And personally, for me, less is more, simple is better, fewer products that are more perhaps potent, that deliver more results without having to buy a 12-step skincare set. Like, it just doesn't make sense. That is excessive.
I'm going to go back with the Tom Ford Shade and Illuminate palette, and I'm going to put the highlighter on. Absolutely love this Makeup Forever multi-use lip eye wherever pencil. I really love my natural lip color, so I feel like anytime I can find products that feel.
So anytime you're using a product around the lips, I highly recommend you look for those that are made with organic ingredients at the beginning of the ingredients list, because those will make up the majority of that product. So if you're using a lip product like a lip liner, lip gloss, or lipstick, make sure that the ingredients are organic at the front of the list. The reason for this is because some of it is getting ingested. So when you're putting stuff on your lips, you're actually eating some of it. Even if you wipe it off before you eat, there's some migration that happens throughout the day.
I feel like they enhance it. I definitely gravitate towards those products and those colors. I am definitely an overliner of the lips, but not dramatically, just a little bit. I like to kind of just like buff it out and blend it out a little bit. And then on the top, the only place I really overline is just right here, in the Cupid's bow, and then I follow my natural line as I go down. I struggle with not picking pimples. I know that's probably crazy sounding because it's like the #1 cardinal sin of taking care of your skin, but I just am like, I have to like force myself not to. But I have found that the pimple stickers, like the Starface pimple stickers, are really helpful, even just like you not touching them and not trying to pick at it. I'm gonna go in with the Rhode Peptide lip treatment.
Comment on the Rhode lip treatment. The main ingredient in this product is hydrogenated polyisobutene. This is highly synthetic, highly processed from petroleum. So many red flags with this product. So many lip products out there use this as the main ingredient as well. And I would personally go for one that has organic castor oil. If you're looking for something that has that kind of jelly-like consistency, Fit Glow Beauty has an amazing overnight lip serum that gives you this kind of sticky, kind of lip glossy feeling, but it doesn't have any pigment in it. And I actually will still notice some of it on my lips in the morning, which is awesome. And my lips feel super soft and moist in the morning, and I love it. And they also use a similar sort of base in their lip color serums, which are my go-tos. And of course, the link in the description for you.
I don't leave the house without this no matter what, morning or night. And the last thing I'm gonna do is a little bit of powder. This is the Kosas Cloud Set powder. I like to just go in the areas where I feel like I need to kind of lock in the makeup. I like to bring a powder out with me because throughout the night, I feel like I start to notice that this gets a little bit shiny.
Again, not a bad choice with the Kosas powder, but I would personally use the 100% pure bamboo blur powder.
So I'm just gonna put the hair down.
Overall, I don't think Hailey has a horrible routine. There's definitely room for improvement. She did make some cleaner choices with the Kosas products. So kudos to her, at least for that part. The rest of the products, I definitely see room for improvement, avoiding talc, avoiding too many synthetics, and looking for products that contain more organic, wholesome, minimally processed, and no fragrances. That is key. So be sure to read the ingredient list on every single product before you buy it. And if you need help understanding how to do this, I actually created an online program called the Safe Ingredient Academy. We teach you how to read ingredient labels for beauty and personal care products and help you completely detoxify your routine for your entire family. And you can check that out in the description below. Thanks again for watching, and be sure to hit the subscribe button, hit the likes, drop me a comment, let me know what you enjoyed most about this video, and share with anyone who loves makeup. I'll see you on the next video.